Good morning and welcome to Wake Up Washington. I'm Hillary Lane.
And I'm meteorologist Melissa Nord. Thank you so much for waking up with us this morning.
Melissa, thank you. President Trump is staying in D.C. this weekend. He's preparing to address a joint session of Congress on Tuesday night. One thing the president plans to talk about is jobs. He says he'll go into more detail about bringing jobs back to the African-American community, something he mentioned in his weekly radio address. It's one of the great questions mankind has asked for centuries. Are we alone in the universe? And as of this week, there is a little more evidence that the answer is no, we are not alone. This literally blows my mind.
Well, it's amazing how science has really come so.
We want to hear from you. This morning's live poll asks if you're looking forward to seeing Jimmy Kimmel host the Oscars for the first time. You can vote on our WUSA9 app or on our website at WUSA9.com/vote.
Good morning, Hillary. That's right. Well,
and of course, there have been protests and rallies all over the country over the past few weeks, some having to do with the Affordable Care Act. You spoke to people all over the country to get their take on this political climate. What kinds of things have you been learning? Thanks so much, Don. We're looking forward to Face the Nation at 10:30 this morning. After spending the last 3 weekends at his Mar-a-Lago estate in Florida, President Trump stayed right here in D.C. this weekend. The president did venture out of the White House last night for dinner with his daughter, son-in-law, and other guests. They went right down Pennsylvania Avenue to the Trump Hotel. The president's evening out followed a White House lunch with a couple of key Republican governors. In addition to finding out who will take home an Oscar, we'll also get to see what everyone is wearing. That is my favorite part. I look forward to that every year. Chris Martinez shows us how some stars take months to get their red carpet look just right. They were the only major men's college basketball team that hadn't lost one game this season.
Until late last night. That's when top-ranked.
Unfortunately, the airports closest to us here in D.C. are not included in that deal. What a bummer. According to USA Today, the Oreos don't really taste like Peeps, which they note is a good thing. Interesting. We'll just all have to try it for ourselves. And plus, he just wants some love, don't we all? Meet the panda cub who's especially attached to his human.
As we head into springtime.
I love the warm weather. It definitely makes me more productive. I feel like you want to get out and go when it's nice and sunny outside.
An icon.
For 27 years, the imposing 6-foot 10-inch figure guided the Hoyas. John Thompson did have his issues with the media, but he recently sat down with our Bruce Johnson. When those two chat, it's never just about basketball, because Thompson was never allowed to be just a coach.
Even take a TV from inside the ground, hide it, and it pops up. A lot of the incredible stuff that you can see at the show today. Guys, back to you.
That sounds super cool.
So Janice, you're bringing that back here for the Weather Terrace, right?
I wish.
I want that for my home, let alone the Weather Terrace.
Yeah, it looks pretty snazzy.
It does. Thank you, Janice. This weekend, the president did venture out of the White House last night for dinner with his daughter, son-in-law, and other guests. They went right down Pennsylvania Avenue to the Trump Hotel. The president's evening out followed a White House lunch with a couple of key Republican governors, Rick Scott of Florida and Wisconsin's Scott Walker. In his weekly radio address, President Trump promised to bring back jobs to the African-American community, an issue he says he'll discuss on Tuesday night when he addresses a joint session of Congress. Meanwhile, history is made by the Democrats. For the first time, their party will be led by a Latino politician. Members of the Democratic National Committee voted in Tom Perez as their party's new chairman. They're counting on him to turn things around in next year's midterm elections.